Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. I know Super Bowl's over, but it's still a big Monday. We got a lot of games to break down. Congratulations to Seahawks fans, Seahawks bettors. Dan, come on in here. Exciting day. You're in your new place. You're in your new office, and it's just going to be a slow build out. But yeah, home sweet home, brother. How are you?
It feels great, man. I missed you on Friday. You guys had a terrific Friday show. You continued the tradition of winning here in our WTF and LFG segment that we do at the top, folks. We are now 21-13 on these random ass plays we give you. And we have a random ass one for you that we'll be giving you here in just a few. But let me let you know what's coming on the show here. Andy Lang, Dan Alexander, and kicking us off, Gianni the Greek going to be back. Steam report, that's right. He's going to let you know what he's seeing in action. Slow Monday. A lot of hangovers being cured, Andy, or at least nursed here. So we'll see what action are we seeing there on the West Coast from our man Gianni the Greek. Bill Krackman coming on the show, folks. And this man is joining us after going 7-0 in the Super Bowl, including a 5% winner. So Krackman, we got him coming on. If he's in a foul mood today, Andrea, after a 7-0 for the clients, that would be impressive out of our man Bill Krackman. Bryan Power going to shut things down for you. Also should mention, Bill's going to have a prop for you guys. Don't worry, there's still action going on. And Bryan Power going to break down Lakers and Cavaliers and give you two plays in college basketball action. NC State taking on Louisville. And then we're going to talk Arizona and Kansas. So, Andy, loaded show. You've got free plays in all around the world. So, folks, yes, we're turning the page from football, but the action ain't going to be stopping or even slowing down anytime soon here on WagerTalk Today.
We got to do the LFG WTF because it starts here in a few minutes. You can bet on this live. So, if you're watching this just a little bit late, but we only got a couple minutes, so hit them with it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you right now. Real quick, you can head on over the mixed doubles in Olympic curling. That's right, folks. USA taking on Italy. I'll give you the bet now. Under 12.5 total points. That's the way we're looking. Under 12.5 total points. This is available at the Green Book, at the Blue Book, and run now because this thing is starting in just a few minutes, but there will be live lines up. These teams are going to be seeing each other back-to-back matches pretty much because in preliminary action, they faced off, and then how things broke, they're facing off again. So familiarity with the throwing style of the stones for both of these teams. Italy won the prelim match, but it was a tight one, 7-6. Now this figures to be, pressure ratcheted up a little bit. The familiarity with these two teams, all of these matches have been either 13 points or 12 points. This one just went over by a hair with it being a 7-6 final for Italy. I think defense and strategy going to win out, and it won't just be a back-and-forth affair here. I think USA is actually live to win this one if you want to take them on the money line, but I'm looking at the under 12.5 points. And Andy, with how this thing has broke, I would even sprinkle, you want to be a USA homer, 3-1 to win the gold in mixed doubles. Yes, Great Britain's probably going to win it, but if USA wins this match, it's going to set them up against Great Britain, and then you got a live 3-1 ticket. So if you like the thoughts here, take that 3-1. We're going under 12.5 total points. Curling action, Andy. That's what we do here.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be talking tennis doubles, darts later on in the week. We got a really good golf tournament, so we got plenty to make money on. So let's bring in Gianni and start recapping. And I hope you're ready with your college basketball power rankings. But we gotta just recap the Super Bowl a little bit. What did you see from the markets, Gianni?
I thought you just cut out. Sorry, brother. You just cut out.
You're good. What was your takeaway from the Super Bowl? What did the market do?
I was blasting. Let me lower the little. I got Bad Bunny blasted in the background. Let me lower that a little bit.
He got hooked. He got hooked by the halftime show.
Let me lower that a little bit so I could hear you better. There we go. All right.
What was the action like, though, man?
After betting the second half over, I swear I turned it off. Like I didn't watch the second half. I actually watched this cool documentary about this chess chick on Netflix. It's a new one. It's awesome. their dad in Hungary took all 3 girls out of homeschooled them and just made them play chess from 5 years old. Nothing else, like 10 hours a day, chess. Awesome documentary. So it was better than the Super Bowl. But with that said, yeah, I enjoyed it. When all the dust settled, I woke up this morning, checked the accounts. We turned a little bit of a profit. I was worried about the New England side yesterday. It was great to have the steam room and share the latest info I have access to. And I woke up seeing a lot of Seattle money line in the sharper accounts, which didn't bode well for New England money line bettors. Once I saw that, you usually see that in the Super Bowl because the money line doesn't reflect the point spread. So you get a lot of plus EV opportunities on the favorite because they're betting the dog on the money line. So it's kind of not proportional. So I kind of expected that to happen, but it looked legit because it was like hit multiple times in multiple accounts. Anyway, make a long story short, yeah, just another Super Bowl, big game, excitement. It's over, and now it's to see what the hold is. I don't think they're going to have the same hold last year. That was a big, really good Super Bowl for the house. I think they did like 14.5%, which was like the biggest in like the last decade. Their average, I know, is like 7%, 7.5% over the last 30 years. And it's the same over the last 5 years, like 7.5%. So that's like what the average is. So if they do above 7.5%, it was a great year. If they do below 7.5%, below average year. So it'll be interesting to see what those numbers come out. I think it should do average, maybe a little below, because I didn't see a lot of excitement. I just didn't feel the excitement heading into this Super Bowl. I didn't feel it here in Las Vegas. In talking to people that were out there in San Francisco, they kind of said the exact same thing. But yeah, again, we do this every day. We bet multiple markets, multiple sports. So it was awesome. And in NFL season, like we had ended college football season. Now it's on to college basketball, NBA, and all those other markets for us,
Yeah, MMA, it was 2-1 for me, so turned a nice little profit there. Any takeaways from UFC? You said you weren't even that interested in the card.
No, I had like 4 premium plays. I ended up splitting. Just wasn't a card that got me really excited. Like, I did okay overall. Again, there's some close fights. Nothing really. I don't know. It was just this week. This whole week is kind of just leading into the Super Bowl was kind of like a dull week. And this is like the even duller this week. Rest assured. It's funny. Every Monday morning, I wake up to about 6-7 text messages of accounts because I'm on the West Coast. Most of the guys I work with are on the East Coast. So by the time I'm starting to work, those guys are already in full swing. So I already have every account up, like the figures from last week. So we're checking figures. So far, no figure has been sent from last week. Instead, I got text messages like, we'll check figure tomorrow. I'll check figure with you later today. All updates like that. So even the wise guys are kind of taking it light today. And you could tell by the board, like you're starting to see slight movements now as they're starting to get to work. I mean, we're human, man, like everybody else. They're normal people that are betting these, that are moving the markets. I get there's a lot of bots doing it. Also, don't get me wrong, but there are human beings behind it. And I think after a Super Bowl, we're all feeling a little bit of a hangover, a little bit burnt out. And it's going to take a couple days to kickstart it, I think. You'll start seeing that. But yeah, you could just tell from the market. And like I said, even the guys I work with, everyone kind of takes it slow the day after the Super Bowl. And it feels like that for a few days. And then it's all March Madness talk after that. And everyone forgets about football tilt for a couple months.
I wonder if this was kind of happening all over the place. I stayed at home and just watched. I think I had 2 glasses of wine. Like by the fourth quarter, me and my wife are just, on our phones. Like the game was just kind of a letdown. So I wonder if there's kind of a lack of buzz today, mostly because the game was just a dud.
Listen, and that happened last year with the blowout on the Eagles. And this is why we started off the sports book started offering props. That exact reason that there were so many blowouts in those 80s that no one wanted to watch the end of the game. There was no reason to, unless you have action. And that comes the prop bets and live betting. Just imagine without prop bets, without gambling on sports, how popular this shit would be. Not very popular.
True. Let's go. Nice call on the Gatorade color. That was fun. That was they showed the shot of them stirring
mixing it, so then people were already getting hyped. They were like, "Yeah, nailed the Gatorade."
Oh,
yeah. Well, it's always crazy to me, Gianni, and this is something that we'll talk to Bill about too. You know, with how he's dead on with the anthem and things like that. Like those are the kind of props that see the most movement the closer that you get towards game time, anthem time. You know, who's going to appear at halftime, because that's just when the information comes out, and that's where you really start to see. It helps with its who industry when it comes to this crazy offering that they have for props, right, Gianni?
Yeah, and I talk about it all the time with the draft. I don't mind taking the second, third, fourth, fifth number when it's confirmed. Again, eventually, the market corrects itself and it becomes efficient and it's no longer beatable. I believe that. But it takes a while to reach that efficient number when the information's known and it hasn't been factored into the price yet. So a perfect example is the national anthem. All the sharp money was betting it over as soon as that came out. It was all about, I'm sure that the research was how long he's taken in the past. Is he bringing a chorus with him? Was all the talk. Like, is it going to be longer? At least that was the narrative. Then I'm sure there was a rehearsal that leaked, and it was well under the allotted time that the sports books had up. And that's when you just started seeing all that money come in on the under. And I compare it to the draft. When we have official confirmation that this team's taken that player in the third position, like, again, there's nothing that's guaranteed, but that's as close as a guarantee as you're going to get. And in my world, where I got to lay 11 to win 10, that's the most I could ever hope for. You're not going to have certainty, but that's as close as certainty as you're going to get. And I never have a problem with being late to the party as long as I could still get down. And again, you're trained as a bettor that does this for profit to not take bad numbers. But there are times when the number is moving and it's still a good number, because again, it's just the price was so far off from the true number, what it should be. And because no one knew. But again, once it's determined and confirmed, I have no problem firing. We talked about that in the steam room, how we tried to get out ahead of the market, placed a bad bet on the over, but the under looked like the side. And it got confirmed that it was the side. And again, that happens all the time with the drafts. It's great when you get out ahead of the information and you get a lot of CLV. That's a great feeling. But sometimes there's nothing wrong with waiting for confirmation and certainty and then placing a bet. And maybe your ROI isn't as great, but you're still able to get some, return on investment, which is all that matters.
Let's move to college basketball here, Gianni. You're talking about doing some power ratings, maybe some top threes, maybe some bottom threes. What teams are you looking at these days?
Yeah, and here's what you got to remember. Right now in college, now we're going to be talking about nothing but college basketball. Here's where it's time to take advantage of the narrative in college basketball. And if you look right now at the top 10, other than Illinois and Michigan State, which, have 3 losses, you're looking at like 1-2 loss teams. Like if you have 1 or 2 losses, 0 losses, you're getting in the rankings more or less, kind of like we see in the football rankings. And those are the teams that we want to look to take advantage of. I talked about them before. Nebraska. Nebraska's ranked number 9. In my rankings right now, Nebraska is not even in my top 20. That is one of the most overvalued teams right there. So start off with Nebraska. Few teams is overvalued as Nebraska. Another team that's actually overvalued. Let me pull out Purdue. They've been good now for a while, and they're sitting in the AP even with losses at 12. Purdue's barely cracked my top 20. Barely now cracking my top 20 with Purdue. And then they have a strong strength of schedule and solid defense, but it's the offensive side of the ball that they're really weak. And then finally, team I keep talking about that's so undervalued that looking for this week. We're going to take 2 undervalued, 2 overvalued, and Alabama. I'm going to keep talking about Alabama because of their strength of schedule. And they keep getting overlooked. And then another team, Kentucky. Kentucky, because they have 7 losses. Kentucky with 7 losses, nowhere in the rankings. And Kentucky right now, top 15 team power rating wise. So college basketball over the next 4 to 6 weeks will really take shape. But over the next like 2+ weeks, you could take a lot of advantage of the narrative of these ranked teams. Because now, again, all the attention's on college basketball and everyone's rushing to do their homework. And what are you going to look at first? These records. And so many of them are phony because of strength of schedule. We saw it with New England yesterday. Pay attention to strength of schedule. Gonzaga, 67th in strength of schedule. Houston, barely a top 40 strength of schedule. Iowa State, barely a top 40 strength of schedule. Those things matter. Where you look at Alabama, Tennessee, Auburn, those teams have top 5 strengths of schedule. So yeah, Auburn has 9 losses, but they're a top 10 offense, top 15 offense, top 10 defense, and the second toughest strength of schedule. That's the kind of team when the tournament gets here can be dangerous because they've already been tested, already been going through the fire, and they're being overlooked. So yeah, a lot ahead for us to do some damage with. And again, sitting good in college basketball and NBA, number 1 in profit as we head into Monday.
Nice. Good stuff there, Gianni. What are you looking at in NBA? I mean, we got a very, very clear idea of which teams are tanking, which teams are not tanking. So where do we approach the NBA? I mean, I stick to player props. So, but the list of teams who are going to get blown out on a nightly basis is pretty much set in stone right now.
It is, and you see it every day in the NBA. The NBA is one of those markets that's, again, they're all information based. But what I mean is there's just so much information that comes out of the NBA because of these players playing, not playing, that affects the line so significantly that it's very difficult to trade it like as real positions. It's better to do what you're doing and attack the props, team totals, stuff like that, or to use it to middle scalp because it's so easy to do. Like if you have multiple outs, you have a square book and a sharp book, you could middle NBA all day. Like I'm looking at the screen right now, and there's so many middles just sitting there on sides and totals because of the uncertainty. So for me, I've done well in the NBA by being very selective, picking off a game here or there. But most of it that's information based is so time sensitive that I can't even use it. Like I'll keep it real. I have the odds logic screen up. As soon as that nugget of information comes in that a key player is not playing, I have my bets ready to go. Like the book screen's up and open too, and I'll fire because I know I'm going to get some CLV and I'll be able to work a middle at least. So the positions have been very, very selective, and I'm more or less waiting till the playoffs to really get serious with the NBA. Again, it's one of those markets that I find really difficult to trade for someone else to follow. Like it's tough to have information in NBA that you could then share. It's very time sensitive, and that's why I haven't been able to do much with it for subscribers.
Okay. Well, I know it's probably a little bit calm on your end. So what do you have up for this Monday?
Yeah, the Steam sheet's up because I just want to share as much information as I have today and let bettors make their decision. I do have a 4% in the NBA. We fired right away. There's a 3% as well. I do have some college basketball that I'm working on. And if I'm able to confirm a solid package, I'll put that together. If not, move on to the next day. Again, going to stay selective. It's been working for us up over the last 3, over the last 7, over the last 30, and up in 2026, which matters most of all. And just going to keep grinding. Best of luck ahead. Super Bowl's behind us. March Madness is ahead of us. So, celebrate if you won. Shake it off if you lost. Today's a new day, and the only thing that matters is what you do today.
All right, Gianni, thank you very much, brother. Have a great Monday. All right. Listen, Dan, we got a 4% package that's up. I'm firing away today. We got a tennis
Love it.
parlay in there, 7-1 tennis run, hit 4 straight NBA plays. So seeing those sports well. So we got that. That's up for me. Nice 3-day weekend. We could do a little bit of the Super Bowl recap. We were talking about these props. I mean, the easiest cash was the one you and I talked about. Bad Bunny, not to wear a dress.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. The guy, we said, it's more of red carpet. It's more Milan Fashion Week, and really not even typically when you're talking about the Super Bowl halftime show, there's all the outfit changes, there's all this. It really was more just the theatrics. Although we would have cashed in on legal wedding ceremonies performed at the over a half. It would have been a great one to cash in on, Andy. But dude, I'll tell you what. While last night's game, there wasn't much sizzle, there wasn't much excitement. I was telling folks who were over here, like, in about 3 months, I don't care if this game is boring or not, because you will be killing for a boring game like this in about 3 months' time for you big football fans. So, yes, was there much sizzle? Was there much excitement? As far as from a betting perspective for me, Andy, Super Bowl squares, ass. Betting perspective, I didn't end up firing on Seahawks because I got scared off that everyone and their grandmother was on the Seahawks. So the only cash I had was actually a great play that was given right here on WagerTalk Today, and that was from our guy Jesse Shule, who said, Kenneth Walker, MVP. Don't be afraid of the fact that nobody's won since 1997. He said it's a great number that you're sitting, what was it, 8.5, 8-1. So I was able to hop in at 8-1. So that kind of saved the evening for me. But, not many penalties. They let the guys play. Sean Smith is crew. So the loss for me on the over first downs by penalty. So, that was a bit of a tough one, Andy. But when you hit the 8-1, thanks to our man Jesse Shule, it's hard to complain about how that turned out. And the Patriots getting the vindication after the chat had buried me for so long after fading the Patriots and saying this schedule was a joke. Well, Drake, the schedule may, unfortunately, with another interception and another turnover as well. 2 turnovers, as a matter of fact.
The commercials, I think the commercials, that ship has kind of sailed. There's not really that many amazing commercials. The annual tradition of my wife crying on the Clydesdale horse commercial, that is now 15 years in a row. That was a great commercial. I thought that was really good. There was one with Ben Stiller that I thought was good, but for the most part, kind of meh.
Yeah, well, and it was like, okay, the one part of the funny Ben Stiller, which I think was like an Instacart commercial or whatever, was like, haha, he jumped off this thing and hurt himself. You know what I mean? Like, it's
slapstick.
I agree with you. It's kind of jumped the shark. The Clydesdale fake out that was the Mandalorian and Grogu commercial was kind of fun. We were like, what are they doing, like a crossover thing? And then no, it was just an advertisement for a movie who no one knows any clue what it's about at this point. Yes. So I'm with you, Andy. Ho-hum night. Enjoyed the entertainment at least. And Super Bowl is what it is, guys. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm an Eagles fan. I got this on. 90% of people that were probably watching the game last year thought it was a boring game too. I loved it. I bet you Seahawks fans thought it was a hell of a game. So it's just the nature of the beast, man.
A couple of interesting, I guess, stats or whatever. Seahawks, no turnovers in the postseason. First team to do that. This one was interesting. Jason Myers. He ended the season 206 points, most in NFL history.
Wow.
So, yeah. I mean, now there is an extra game in there, but
that's fair.
Still,
still
out of the game. I thought he was on pace to win MVP. I was sitting there looking, going, man, perfect on all those field goals.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking the exact same thing, Andy, and then they flashed in the bottom corner the all-purpose yards for Kenneth Walker, and I was like, okay, so he's winning the MVP. You could have got him as plus 110 at halftime, and really in the first half, I said on the first couple possessions for everyone that we were hanging out with, I was like, if the Seahawks win this game, Kenneth Walker's the MVP. So.
You have the Bad Bunny stat?
Yes, I do. Malcontent Rabbit, also known as Bad Bunny. Impressive stuff of what he was able to do in the rushing game. 124 yards traveled during his halftime performance. He nearly doubled the Patriots' rushing yards on the game, 79 rushing yards. So good rushing attempts there by Bad Bunny at halftime, man.
Amazing. So, yeah, Rob, I'm with you. How did Myers not have a 50-yard field goal? I was thinking the same thing.
All of them, and none of them were over.
Yeah. How many field goals can this guy make from inside?
Although, Andy, one of the ones that we did cash in on, we said, instead of going for longest or anything like that, take Seattle to have the longer field goal in the game because of the young kicker. And you cashed it just by default because you didn't even have any from New England, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, let's bring in the man of the hour, the man of the moment. Currently wearing the crown as the Super Bowl king, Bill. Congratulations.
7-0.
Hey,
7-0, Bill.
I still didn't wake up in a great mood. Weird.
We knew it. I knew it.
I knew it. I called it in the open. I said, Bill's going to have something for us, even off a sweep with a 5% cash. What are we pissed off about today, Bill? Hit us.
No, some idiot said, I gave out 13 plays, and I think I was 10-3 on the 13 plays. And this idiot posted the 3 losers. Like,
that's dirty.
How can dirty. You even? He's like, yeah. What about these? I mean,
that's how it works.
Just a tough industry, man. Wow. But I'm glad it was 6-0. It's amazing how with the package of that I actually picked out those top props that I wanted for the WagerTalk people. 6-0 and then 7-0 with that second half over. I actually found the second half over to be a better number than my original bet was going to be more points second half than first half, which has been very successful for me in Super Bowls. With Super Bowls always start slow, it seems like, this one especially, of course. But I said, this is minus $1.30, then minus $1.35. I said, the way we can get at this is just betting now. These sports books offer second half betting now. So second half over is what I bet. And I bet that at a couple different places. And I shopped around at some places. I left town for a day, and I made that bet 4 times at one of the sports books that is not liking it very much. Some of the sports books not liking me very much today. Bookmakers hiding under beds everywhere from the K-Man. But yeah, no, it was a great Super Bowl. Listen, I got to be blunt. I'm very humble. I don't talk about normal, like, I said this for months on your show. I said for months, get on board with me for Super Bowl. Lock me up for Super Bowl. Get on this package for Super Bowl. $59 or something last week was ridiculous. People are going to the window now. I really destroyed some of the bookmakers in this town. Some of the because I'm a sick bastard. I just hit things over and over again. Westgate, I bet the max 2,000. Went to the back of the line 2,000 again. I mean, I did very well for the Super Bowl, but nothing stops. First thing in the morning, I was going to throw some basketball up just now, and so let me do the show first. Basketball's been doing good. Basketball props, boy. I'm with a friend of mine. He's from Jersey. He flew in for the Super Bowl. He's been here for a week though, so every night I've been out with him. And he follows the props much more than me. Like during dinner, he'll say, "Oh, we just hit that prop. Oh, we need 4 more points." Finally, I had to tell him, "Listen, Mark, no more. I don't want to know anything. Please don't tell me. Just give me the final. Let me know when it's over. Don't say we need 4 points. I don't want to know that. Nothing against it. I don't check stuff till I get home. I'm not gonna But I get everyone lives in the moment and you want to win right then and there. I get it, but NBA props has been on fire too, which they should be. I mean, we're working with the sharpest guy in the world for NBA props. So just like the NFL, man, we really came through in a big way. I'm really happy, really successful. I'm more happy. I could show you a text on my phone I sent. I'm happier for the clients than I am for myself. I think I sent it to Johnny Detroit. I said, I'm happier for them. I really am. So look forward to some more success here, though. We're getting down to, I hate to say it. I know it sounds crazy. March Madness is right around the corner. It's like 5 weeks away. Less than. I mean, we got March Madness happening in a month from now too. I have some really good historically first round, first half model that is really usually. I'm not a guy that uses any trends. Trends is all bullshit. People talk about trends. This is now granted, guys. I'm not trying to say if anyone uses trends, God bless them, and if it works for them. I don't want to hear nothing about last 10 years. This is 28-5. It's going to return to the mean. There's not even a single person on the squad that's been there for 10 years. There's not even a coach in the system. The GM's different. I mean, this is just stuff to talk about. I don't do trends unless it's the same season. Now, perfect example in college basketball, it's very hard to beat a team three games in a row. I don't care who it is, even the big spreads, double-digit spread even. They seem to know more, get more off the tapes, off of just pace and everything. So it's really hard to beat a team even 2 times, but 3 times in a row. It was even a better trend, in season trend years ago. But that's just something that maybe I'll go by a little bit. But I'm still not putting that into my full equation. So yeah, things are going well here, and we got college basketballs heating back up. We're having a winning season in college basketball. Happy about that. And NBA props, like I said. Yeah, it was really, really successful. And I'm not, like I said, I'm really happy for everybody. But it's right back to the work for me until
Yep.
March Madness. Then I'll go away maybe for a week. Next week, I have so many tickets at Hard Rock in Florida that I'm thinking of just popping down there for a couple days and terrorizing them, cashing these tickets, and then yeah, I have a lot of tickets from Hard Rock. So I was planning to go there for Super Bowl. Boy, now I wish I did now. And my overall record on Super Bowl, I think I bet 33 props, and I think I won 25 of them. I did really good on Super Bowl props. I mean, but see how I danced through the raindrops? So I think I went 25-8 altogether, but I knew the stronger ones for the
Yeah, and
WagerTalk
those are the
guys.
ones that you send out to clients, because that's the
Yeah.
nature of the beast. You can't be. I mean, that's how Bill Krackenberger bets. Hey, I'm going to get close to 30 different plays on this game, but selecting them for the clients. Big ups to you, because sometimes when you have that cutting room floor, you're like, shit, I should have given them this one. I should have but you found the 7 that was the sweep for the people to end the NFL season. And Bill, we're going to give the folks an NBA prop. You were mentioning how great those are going, but real quick, I don't know if you saw this. I don't even know if they told you, but Gianni Detroit, Krackman 25. After that big night that you had last night, 25% off anything they can get over at your page. So I'm sorry if I'm the bearer of bad news that this is going down, Bill, but people can hop on board and take 25% off right now on anything. Krackman 25. And like you said, action ain't slowing down just because football is done, right? This is a good thing to take advantage of.
I got to be blunt. And I hope I know we're live here, right? I'm still going to be blunt. I never understand that kind of marketing. So I'm on fire. I've been great all year. Let's give him a discount. That's great, though. No, let's give him you would think it was like, oh, let me see if we can give someone a discount when this guy's looking to raise some people, get them on their side, and return to the mean a little bit. But I'm really just fooling around. I didn't know about the 25%, but great, do it. I told you guys to lock me up for Super Bowl, of course, till Super Bowl. Now I'm going to say it again. Now I don't know if we have a built-in package. I'm really prepared, but till the end of March Madness, I'm sure they can build you a package if you email the girls there. And here we see 25% off anything at WagerTalk. So looking forward to you guys to join me over there. We're gonna have a lot of fun terrorizing. I love more than the money at this point in my life. I love terrorizing the bookmakers. They get so mad when someone pelts them with NBA props. Watch, I'll have people write into me and say, my guy limited me, threw me out. He did. I mean, the bookmakers think they're supposed to just destroy everybody. That's not the way it works with Bill Krackenberger's involved. It's not the way it works. I'm sorry. Gianni too. You know, we're working with the sharpest sports betting syndicates in the world. In the world, people would love to get these guys plays. And my partner that works for me, I have a guy that reads. All he does is read. All he does is read. I pay him a salary. He just reads everything. So these guys, you know, they do it for a reason. They do it basically. They do it because they do the research. It's funny. Oh boy, I'm gonna embarrass him a little bit. My kid, my one kid, I don't know if he would win, even though he's about 60%, 59% lifetime on props. If he did any of the betting, I think he'd fail. He'd fail miserably because I don't think he could deal with the people I deal with, go to the counters, go deal with the apps. And I don't think he'd have that the same success. I just let him stay there with the computer, and once in a while I'll let him out of his hole and give him a meal or something. But besides that, yeah, no, I'm just being funny there. But I'm serious though. It's amazing sometimes originators, they would fail at betting because they don't know the proper technique and the moving parts that goes with betting. So, and thank you to that person. I know someone I just seen a little message up there. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you for, Tommy, thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, we love and that's what you said, man. Like cash in, you're doing this each and every day. You know what I mean? This is the grind. But when you get to cash in for some folks, send them out on a great note here on what was a great NBA or NFL season for you. NBA though, man, people are turning the page. Hey, grind don't stop, baby. And some people might be taking Monday off. Bill Krackenberger ain't. You got an NBA prop for the folks?
I'm gonna give him a prop. We've been real successful in this space here. I'm just checking the lines here. I'm over at. I always use BetMGM as a guide. Kelly Oubre, he won for us last week. I like him going over again at this point tonight. Over 14.5 points. Obviously, no Paul George Hill and Embiid is questionable. Let's see. Then they also play Portland. There it is. Portland just doesn't defend well, the catch and shoot. So that's where Oubre gets most of his points. 14.5 minus 15. Yeah. So there you go. Over 14.5 for Oubre tonight. And there's another, hopefully another winner for you guys. And again, great deals over there. Just join me on the page. I'm going to have some college basketball up here shortly. And I appreciate you guys taking your time. I appreciate more than anything the trust you guys given me. It's very hard for me to come on here and say, get with me, join the Super Bowl package, join us, and look how it paid off. So there we go. There's the code. What is it? Krackman 25% off anything. WT.buzz/Krackman. Wow, I'm a good promoter. I read it perfectly.
Well done.
Right.
You nailed it. You nailed it, Bill. Hey, Bill, appreciate you, man. Love having you on here. Enjoy the trip to Florida. Go give them hell down there, buddy. Thanks, Bill. Bill Krackenberger with the Kelly Oubre prop. A little if it ain't broke, don't fix it type play from our man Bill there. What do you think of that one, Andy?
Yeah, I've had my eye on Oubre with Paul George out of the lineup. Cheating Paul George. Just cheating, Dan. Just cheating Paul George. Yeah, I had his eye on points.
We really miss him.
Bill brings up a good point about the promos and such. Like, we do promos like when I'm running ice cold. That's when you get 50%.
Exactly. Because trust me, it ain't gonna continue.
Yeah, Johnny. Let's work on that. Like next time I'm on a really bad cold streak, like Lang is burying people. Take 50% off his awful picks for the next week, but. Lang's coming off a heater of a weekend. We're adding 25% to all of his plays right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Just revamp it, redo it the other way. So let's bring in Bryan Power.
Speaking of hot, man, the star of the morning wager, the cornerstone of the Picks and Parlays YouTube channel is here, baby. What's up, BP?
Thank you for those kind words, Dan. Wish I could be. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I apologize for the voice ahead of time. And I apologize for the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, not everybody had a good Super Bowl. I'm dusting myself off a little bit after last night. But hoops has been great. We've won 8 straight in college hoops, 12-2, last 14 overall in basketball, 33-13, last 46 in the NBA. And the aforementioned morning wager. If you've been tuning into that program, we did a special Sunday show. That was the one thing I got right on the Super Bowl. He left it right till the end. Trevion Henderson over receiving yards. That was nice of him on that
There's
last
a lot
play.
of people whose nights was saved by that meaningless play. Dude.
Yeah, I was actually getting up and getting ready to walk out the door when that happened. But if you've been watching the morning wager every day, like I know all of you have, we're on a 22-3 run on that show with the free plays, which I think is pretty good. Last time I checked,
22-3 BP. Like that's insane.
We're doing all right there. We're doing, and we make you laugh in between the free plays, which I think is always fun to do.
Either with or at, but the morning wager will certainly entertain you. I can guarantee you that. Yes. And number two, 22-3 free plays on the channel. It's on the Picks and Parlays channel, folks. It's where you can get Zeno's plays over there. But we also collab, and it's on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. So every morning, and you're going to get some early morning editions because the boys are up and at 'em this week. So so definitely hang around, folks. If you subscribe. Obviously, when you're subscribed, hit the little bell over at Picks and Parlays as well, and then you'll get notified when the episode goes up. So BP, even under the weather, BP's here for you folks. Give the man a like. Come on.
Thank you.
Brian, let's talk NBA, and then we'll talk a little college basketball.
Sure.
On paper, man, Thunder, Lakers, this could have been great. Now we got the two main stars that are hurt. SGA is banged up. Luka is banged up. I don't know. Listen, the Luka trade I thought was pretty horrible with Anthony Davis, and now that he's gone, it just goes down as basically all time. Yeah, one of the all time. I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. You got Luka. He just always banged up. He's just always banged up, especially when you get later on in the season. I don't know. It's a lot of money to pay for that, but interested in your breakdown here. Marcus Smart, your starting point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers in 2026. How are we breaking this game down?
Let's just go with old reliable and take the Lakers opponent to go over their team total. I've talked about this on a lot of shows before. I just like to fade the Lakers. I think they're defensively. I think they're just very bad at that end of the floor. Now I understand that LA's won 3 straight, including back-to-back here at home following the annual Grammy road trip. And tonight they're hosting an OKC team that's going to be without SGA, as you mentioned, Andy. That being said, I think the Thunder come out pretty motivated here. They're looking to avoid their first 3-game losing streak of the year. And the Lakers, even with some improvement as of late, which I'll grant you, they still carry a bottom 8 defensive rating in the league. That's what I've been talking about all year long. Market seems to concur with me here, guys. I'm looking at the odds screen. In terms of the spread, people are betting OKC. In terms of the total, they're betting the over. So I say, why not just put it together with one bet, OKC team total over here? Look, you mentioned the Doncic absence, clearly key for the Lakers. He leads the team in scoring, obviously, averages 8.6 assists, 7.8 rebounds. I understand that Doncic being out is less of a deal defense. It's not like he's a great individual defender by any means, but OKC is getting back Jalen Williams for this game. They just acquired Jared McCain in a trade with the Sixers. I thought that was a steal. So having those two on the floor should take away some of the sting of not having SGA here for the Thunder. End of the day, following back-to-back games where they finished with just 106 points, I think tonight the Thunder finished closer to their season average of 119.9 points per game. Team total, even after being bet up, guys, still only sits 114.5. I think there's some value going over that number. So OKC over team total. Let me just double check because it's actually up to 115.5 now. It was 114.5 when I did my notes, but still, I like it at current. I think the Thunder put up some points here on the Lakers.
Moving to college basketball, we got an ESPN doubleheader, NC State, Louisville, Arizona, Kansas. We're going to start with NC State, Louisville. Tell us about these teams and what you expect in this one.
Yeah, 2 of the highest scoring teams in the country here, Andy. Both NC State and Louisville coming to Big Monday, averaging an identical 85.7 points per game. So no shock that we've got a high total here. That number currently 161.5. Again, let me just double check because things can change. Nope, still 161.5. NC State, they've gone over in 6 straight games, as well as 8 of their last 9. Louisville, they've been on a bit of an underrun, or they had been, I should say, prior to Saturday when they beat Wake Forest 88-80. And Andy and Dan, I always say that if we could know what the 3-point variance will be ahead of time, we'd all be millionaires, right? And that's especially true with this Louisville team. What you need to know about Louisville, if you haven't been following college basketball or just Louisville specifically, they attempt the 3rd most threes per game in the entire country. Saturday, they shot 40% from behind the arc. And again, they put up 88 points. Now, the game before that, They only shot 23% from behind the arc and finished with 76 points against Notre Dame. Note, Louisville didn't cover the spread either of those last 2 games. So when you have a team, guys, that's putting up a high volume of threes, it's going to be feast or famine offensively. And if you're backing Louisville here, you're definitely going to need them to hit their threes. Why? Well, because NC State's a top 7 team in the country from 3. 40.2% they're hitting. That's a very high percentage, obviously. Unlike the Wake Forest team that Louisville just beat on Saturday. Call me crazy. I don't think we're seeing the Wolfpack close the game by missing their final 11 field goal attempts. That's what Wake Forest did against Louisville. Will Wade's team, NC State, ranked 7th nationally per Torvik in offensive efficiency. I will say I'm interested to see later today where these teams land in the latest top 25 poll. I have Louisville power rated in the top 15, which is higher than their current AP ranking of 24. I assume because they won twice, they're going to move up. Meanwhile, NC State, they're unranked as of right now. I have them power rated as a top 25 team. I know I won't make a lot of friends in Charlottesville or Chapel Hill, but I think these are the 2nd and 3rd best teams in the ACC behind Duke. If you forced me to make a pick on this one, I would probably have to take the points with NC State. They have 6 ACC road wins already. That is pretty impressive. Meanwhile, Louisville just 2-6 against the number the last 8 times they've been asked to lay points. Too many things, guys, I think would have to go right for the Cardinals to cover this number in what is likely to be a high-scoring game.
Bryan Power, most hated man in Chapel Hill. Oh no!
I mean, hey, yeah, I know. Hey, tip. Look, man, it's crazy to win a game where you lead for exactly 0.4 of a second, like the Tar Heels did on Saturday against Duke. So,
all right, let's move on to Arizona and Kansas late game on the ESPN doubleheader. What do you expect in this one?
Yeah, on paper, this sets up as one of the best college basketball games of the year so far. At least Arizona, they're one of only 2 undefeateds in the entire country. They will almost assuredly be a unanimous number 1 for a 10th consecutive week when the new poll comes out this afternoon. Then you got Kansas. They look right now like they can beat anybody in the country, provided Darren Peterson's on the floor at least. Jayhawks coming tonight on a 7-game straight-up win streak. Note, this is the beginning for Arizona of an absolutely murderous schedule. After this, they're going to host Texas Tech and BYU, then play at Houston. As of right now, those are all 4 teams in the top 16. They also, Arizona, have another game against Kansas later in the year. Plus, they'll be heading to Ames to face top 10 Iowa State. So I would be surprised, guys, if the Wildcats finish the regular season unbeaten. I know there's a lot of talk about the other unbeaten nationally, Miami of Ohio, whether or not they can do it. Certainly the odds are much more in Miami of Ohio's favor because of the schedule than Arizona's to finish the regular season beaten. Question, though, for tonight, what you guys all want to know, is Arizona going to lose? This is a terrible answer. I'm not sure. It feels like betting on Kansas is a case of buying high. I'll say that. I don't like to, I mentioned the 7-game win streak for Kansas. I typically try to avoid betting on teams when I think they're close or at the peak of the market. The Jayhawks had covered 6 straight times before failing to cover a big number at home versus Utah on Saturday. Arizona, one of only 3 teams in the country without a road loss. St. Louis and Miami of Ohio are the others, but check this out. I know we had a discussion about trends in the previous segment and how much they're worth, but this is, I think something to at least note in the back of your mind. Kansas, under Bill Self, 38-0 straight up on Big Monday at home. However, they've never beaten a number 1 ranked team here at home under Self. So what do? Again, you forced me to make a pick here. How about taking Kansas in the first half? I think they can feed off what's likely to be a lively atmosphere in Fog Allen. We don't need to worry about Peterson potentially not finishing the game. Obviously, the cramping has been the big issue for him. Sometimes he hasn't been able to finish games. But if we limit our bet to the first half, I think we're going to get a very strong 20 minutes from Kansas out of the gate. And this should not be a shock, Andy and Dan. Kansas, a much better first half point differential at home than on the road. Conversely, Arizona's first half point differential also dips quite a bit away from home versus what they do in Tucson.
Johnny wants to know, because we have to make it all about Michigan. Who are you betting? Michigan versus Arizona on a neutral.
Oh,
well, look, I know where the bread is buttered in life, but I'm actually being quite honest here. I have Michigan power rated slightly ahead of Arizona.
Oh, wow.
So I do. I think Michigan, when they're at their best, can't be beaten, quite frankly. Still the single most impressive 40 minutes of basketball I've seen from any college basketball team this year. Granted, it was a couple months ago now, was in that Players Era tournament, what Michigan did to Gonzaga when they absolutely just dog walked them. So my power ratings, I have held firm with Michigan 1, Arizona 2. I know they lost at the buzzer over the weekend, but I still have Duke number 3 for those keeping score at home.
All right, Brian, good stuff. Tell everyone about Morning Wager. Tell everyone what you have up at Wager Talk for this Monday.
Yeah, so I mentioned the Super Bowl's behind us. We're looking forward. Hoops, it's been great. 8 straight college basketball winners. We went 3-0 on Saturday. I know people love talking about the biggest games. I like doing things like cash and tickets on IU, Indy, and Louisiana Tech like I did on Saturday and the under in St. Bonaventure Fordham. Probably going to pass, though, on tonight's college hoops card, but I will have two NBA plays, I do believe, here. You can check it out, wt.buzz/BP. And as Dan mentioned so eloquently when I first came on, Morning Wager, you could check that out, both the Wager Talk YouTube channel or the Picks and Parlays YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed to both, of course. And, not only have we won 8 straight in college, 33-13 run in the NBA, going back to last year's playoffs, as a matter of fact. So, seen it well in both the NBA and college, and that is our main focus now for the next several months.
BP, go get some soup and some rest, buddy. You earned it. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. By the way, I have some questions for you after the show, but that's okay.
All right, hit me up, buddy. That's BP fighting his flu game to bring you winners right here. The man, the myth, the legend himself.
Now I want soup. Thanks a lot, Dan.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I was thinking the second it popped into my head, I was like, "What am I going? A chicken noodle?" And I'm partial to a tomato bisque, Andy. So you can't go wrong. It's soup at this time of year, an elite move, Andy. Soup and chili, an elite move this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be on the menu for tonight. So we got some good specials up, guys. Special this week, 3 days. So we get 3 free days. So 6 days for the price of 3. I feel like, come on, $69 price point for Valentine's Day. They know what they're doing.
It's a little on the nose. It was a little on the nose, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah, 6. It would help me if I didn't mute my mic there, but 6 days of action, and it's gonna run you through the week pretty much. You grab it here on Monday, you're gonna get a little action through the weekend. But it's you get to pay for a 3-day pass, you get 6 days of action. And Andy, we kind of have said this multiple times. Yes, we're turning the page from Super Bowl. But for your team, for what we're going to be doing, we got midweek lacrosse, we got tennis fully rolling, you got golf tournaments that are going on. Like 6 days goes a long way if you're heading on over to wt.buzz/AL.
Yeah, it's important at the beginning of the week because our tennis plays have been on fire, and we are only betting in the first couple rounds. So this is Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. We're going to do a free play right there, but we already got a 4% NBA best bet. That is up. We got a 4% tennis play. That is up. So 7-1 in tennis. And we have found our magic. We found the sweet spot in our tennis plays. So that pack is up. But yeah, if you're thinking about doing that, just get 3 days or 6 days for the price of 3, wt.buzz/AL. Let's do some, I'm here. What did I miss? Ooh, the play of the year.
Play of the century.
Play.
Yeah.
No,
lock of the year. Yeah, lock of the year.
Thank you for joining us.
And what's great for him too, or her, is that we timestamp every single episode. So right after we're done live, guys, I've been timestamping all along the way. So if you want to get Gianni's power rankings in college basketball, you want to get the recap of the Super Bowl, you want to hear Bill Krackenberger's prop of the day, you want Bryan Power's breakdowns on OKC Lakers, NC State, Louisville, Arizona, Kansas, it's all timestamped for you, folks. Hit that like button and subscribe. And Andy still has free plays for you to come. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, RJ, I will freely admit that gumbo outside of the Louisiana area is just not the same. Pointless. Like we have it up here, but it's kind of an insult. It's a real gumbo. It's mumbo. It's mumbo or wumbo, and it sure ain't gumbo. Mumbo jumbo gumbo. All right, let's do the free plays. We got a couple of NBA plays, and we've got this tennis free play. Ryan Rollins over 18.5 points with Giannis out. He's really taken over the scoring role. He's gone over in 6 out of the last 7 games. Magic, they're dead last in defending point guards. They're giving up 27.8
points per game. We talked about him going up against the Pacers, another team bad against point guards. He went over against them. So when Ryan Rollins has a good matchup, we're taking his over in the points. We talked about tennis. We're going to take singles and a doubles. This is in WTA Doha. So this is a women's tournament. Coco Gauff to win 2-0 over, I believe her name is Cocciaretto. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Coco Gauff, dominant in the first round and should steamroll here. And then the doubles, Irani and Paolini should win 2-0 over Ikari and Zhang. I don't know who those players are. Dan, that's how big of a
good
underdog.
thing. It's typically a good thing. If Andy's team doesn't know who the tennis player is, they probably shouldn't be on the court.
Yeah, I started looking him up and I was like, okay, we're taking him to win 2-0. So yeah, doubles has been really, really good to us. So yeah, let's cash on those. And then the Kings Pelicans, Russell Westbrook, at first I looked at 15.5 and I was going, hey, he was at 12.5 points the other night. Why is it up to 15.5? And then I looked it up. The Kings are pretty much out at everybody tonight. Sabonis is questionable. Levine is out. Monk is out. Keegan Murray still continues to be out. Somebody's got to score, and it's probably going to be Russell Westbrook. He had 21 points the other night. So, yeah, there's no other options left for the Kings. He's going to be there. And then if Sabonis sits, Russell Westbrook will take 20, 25 shots tonight. There's no questions asked about that. So Ryan Rollins over his points, Westbrook over his points, and then we'll cash on that women's tennis. So where did you watch the Super Bowl last night, Dan?
So less than 48 hours into my new home, Andy, we hosted about 15 people here for a Super Bowl party. So,
really?
we were ready and raring. We still made food for everybody, had a tomato pie ordered. So I was watching in the home base, and this morning talked to the wife, and we have confirmed we will be the Super Bowl party household. You know what I mean? Because
nice.
I don't want to leave, but if I still want to hang out with people, they'll be coming to the domicile. So it was nice. It was low key. It was mainly, family and friends. So that's the way to take in the Super Bowl for me. No more bars, no more huge parties at the casa. As now I'm a homeowner, Annie. I get to say have it at my house, not my apartment anymore.
Nice. Yeah, I used to get annoyed at parties because you couldn't watch the commercials, and now they've lost its luster.
You don't care. That's what I mean. And 9 times out of 10, the commercials that are good, they've already been out for a week and a half on YouTube anyways. You know what I mean? So it's lost the luster. And I did say tomato pie. There was much consternation when I posted this to my Twitter at Newbie Talks. I posted a photo of the tomato pie. Most folks pointed out that I got it dusted with Parmesan cheese in the shape of an Eagles logo. When I ordered it, the Eagles still were champions. But yeah, so tomato pie, it's essentially a pizza. It's served cold, Andy. And then it has about like a 1/4-inch layer of like this kind of thick tomato paste, sweet sauce. It's a great tailgate type pie. And so you don't got to leave the cheese out. You don't got to leave the pie out. So yeah, tomato pie, a East Coast staple here, Andy.
Nice. I crushed the wings that I made last night. Absolutely crushed.
Oh, we had wings too. What'd you do? We had garlic jalapeno hot sauce and Parmesan peppercorn that my brother-in-law made. All of them went.
So just a smidge of breading, and then just salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, cumin, chili powder. I put out sauces, and the wings were so good we didn't even use the sauces.
Oh, it
was just like dry rubbed. It was.
Now you do deep fryer, or you go in air fryer, Andy? You go deep fried?
That was slow baked. They were baked, and just
Andy.
Yeah, it couldn't have gotten.
All I know is
any better.
We need to make the WagerTalk Today Super Bowl party happen, because me throwing down the smoker, you throwing down the wings, this will be the party of the century, simply because we will gorge ourselves. When Andy and I's culinary expertise collides, we will quite literally feed families, Andy.
Carm will bring the drink tickets.
Yes.
Carm will bring the drink tickets. Kelly will just bring the energy. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for joining us. Hope everyone had a great Super Bowl. Let's kick off this week in style. And we got some special stuff coming up with our good friends at Sports Memo. We'll be happy to tell you about that when everything's finalized tomorrow, but looking forward to announcing that to everybody. Hit the like button and leave us a comment. Rex if Rex is watching, leave a comment below, because remember we didn't make a bet with Rex, but Rex was calling for the big Seattle win. And he got it. He called double digits. I called the 6.5. So congratulations to Rex. When you get your 3-day pass, so make sure you comment below. Thanks very much, guys. Look on your bets on this Monday, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. Take care.